One of the leading engineers who left his mark on the world, a lot of Californians him a owe him a lot of gratitude, as Nikola Tesla was the creator of AC. Nikola Tesla was born in 1865 in Samijan, Croatia, to a father who was a priest at the Serbian Orthodox Church and his mother who managed the family farm. At only the age of 7, Nikola's Tesla brother who had died in a terrible motorcycle accident, a riding accident. And this left Nikola in shock, which would also later relate to his lifelong illness, which actually started to take a hold of him in his later years. Nikola Tesla studied at the University of Prague, which then a year later he relocated to Paris and started working under AC monitors and was hired at the Continental Edison Company. Sorry, it's my first speech. And also, 2 years later after this, he relocated to the United States as an immigrant. For me, having Tesla move to the States and leave such a big impact on the world means a lot, as I have the privilege of being born in America, and I know a lot of other immigrants personally as friends who come to the States and work hard for their family who brought them here, and Nikola Tesla was able to do that and have incredible feats in the world of technology and engineering, which actually Nikola Tesla was actually hired at the Thomas Edison headquarters as an engineer, which Edison was actually really impressed by Tesla, by his ingenuity and diligence, and Edison even told Tesla at a time if he could fix his DC dynamos, and he'd offer him $50,000, which back then $50,000 was a lot of money. So Tesla did actually come up with the design for that, but at that time Edison was a little bit rude, and he told Tesla that he didn't understand the American humor when Tesla pressed to ask him about the money for his work. Which after this, Tesla rightfully quit from the company and started his own, and he had people backing him up. And later on, Tesla actually became friends with a very famous person among literature, Mark Twain. And Mark Twain actually visited Tesla a lot in his lab, and Tesla actually took Twain's picture, which was one of the very first photographs made with phosphoric light, which I thought was really interesting, because when you think about it, you don't usually put 2 and 2 together for who has lived together in that time period. So I thought it would be really interesting knowing that they had known each other and had formed a good bond. Tesla lived... Okay, so for this part, it's kind of a conspiracy theory for his death. A lot of people think the government killed Tesla because he was a very dangerous intellectual to them, but other people believed it was just his mental illness wearing down on him after the decades. So Tesla's lab actually burned down, which caused him to relocate in Colorado Springs, but he only remained there for about 2 years before he went back to New York. And at this time, Tesla lived out the rest of his days in a New York hotel. We're still working on inventions while his health and his life was just wearing down gradually. And then eventually he died in his bedroom January in the 1900s, and he actually spent the last of his days before his death communicating to the pigeons, which a lot of people just blamed on his mastermind.